You saw at the beginning, in the middle of nowhere, something white outside. This was a monument of the people who died in '57 with the name, how many? I think 9 people. You see this foreberg here, which is in fact a fold. So in fact, you have the main strike slip fold, which is going behind this. But in '57, it did not break behind. So there is an active structure following straight away, okay, and then continue here, which is a main fold. But in '57, the rupture jumped and went in front of this topography you see here, and then you can follow just in front of this, which is a river scarp.
You can look behind us, and what you see is trending off to the south is part of the scarp from what's called a Tormhone overthrust. This was mapped by the Florentsov-Solenenko group in 1957, and the fault extends almost from it almost intersects, and perhaps at depth it really does intersect the Bogue Fault, and extends to the south and then west at least 20 kilometers. What we're looking at is a thrust fault that's come up to the surface at a very low angle and warped over, and behind it the surface is pulled away and formed a large normal fault scarp. That's also collapsed in blocks, and that's what people are walking along as we move along this part of the Tormhone surface rupture.
This splay, so you can follow this up through here, continuing like this all the way up, but it does not break this bed. So see that little gravel? That continues all the way across. So that was deposited after this fault broke. And now you can, and that represents our penultimate earthquake, the one before 1957. So what these big holes in the wall are where Jeff collected samples. This one is above that. This material was deposited after the penultimate earthquake, so this will give us an age that will constrain the time after the penultimate earthquake. This one was deposited prior to the penultimate earthquake, so that's how we'll constrain the age of when that earthquake happened. Yeah, here's this fault coming up through here, through this, and it comes up to here, but notice it does not break this sand bed. So this horizon was deposited after this fault last moved. So this actually represents a third earthquake back. And that earthquake happened before this stuff was deposited and after everything below here was deposited.
One of the things to keep in mind as you're looking at the fault is, what does the scarp really mean? If this is a thrust fault, it's dipping away from us. So when it moves, it'll move like this, and there's an overhang. And this has to collapse, so it falls down. And you're left with a vertical scarp. And what it looks like Jeff is standing on, those large chunks of material are probably blocks of the scarp that fell off when the fault moved out and had this free face or free surface that had nothing under it. So just under gravity, it began to collapse. So